Hi everyone, welcome to the next part of this Lulu Mayo A Million Sweet Things series. We've got this one to do today. We have these sort of false eyelashes. Now, I've never bought or used such a thing, but I've seen them, and they have them in vending machines. Oops, just nearly knocked a piece of paper on the floor. No matter. Which is a bit strange, but what I noticed about them in the vending machine is there's a white, the surrounding piece is just white with a plastic lid on top of it which is see-through, and then the eyelashes are black, or they're different colours. But we're going to do something a bit more exciting than that. I am going to do the false eyelashes in black though. I think it will help us to know what they are. I think if I do them in green or anything, it's going to be a bit strange. This is ivory black. So let's do these first and then think about what colour to the container. I'm thinking, you know, doing it white or leaving it white is a bit dull, so we'll think of something, but I think maybe something quite delicate rather than a dark colour. Maybe we could do a light pink. We've got a lot of pink going on, but that's okay. I could do a light mauve. We used that for our last one though. A very light blue. Maybe blue. I think we haven't used so much blue. So I've just blocked that in really. I think I'm going to use let me have a quick look, cobalt turquoise. Find it, there it is. This is one of the lightest blues we've got, apart from the cobalt blue light, which I think was what we used there. So we're using something a bit different. Now what I'm going to do first, holding my pencil a little bit further down and on its side rather than down that way, and I'm just going to put quite a light layer across the whole of our box. You can colour over the eyelashes. I'm going to. Makes it a little bit easier to get a nice even colour. Obviously I'm going to try hard not to colour on our little bunnies, but I'm sure I won't succeed. It sounds really negative. I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic and laid back about it. You know, it's okay to not be perfect. No one is. But we're going to do a little more work with this blue once we've got an initial layer down. What I'm thinking is the rim around the edge, this bit, would be a little bit higher up, because we'd have, these are laying down in the bottom. This is a little bit higher up, so we can put a plastic lid over this and it doesn't touch these. That's what I'm thinking. And therefore in here, this might be just a little bit darker, just to show that that bit's higher up. And you could use a grey to create a shadow, but I think use the blue to just make it look a little bit darker to start with, like that. I'm just trying to sort of fade it into the rest of blue. I don't want it darker all the way through the whole back, just on that edge like that. And then I'm going to use a grey. Let's use the Paynes grey. It's quite a nice versatile grey. It's also quite purpley, which should match with our blue. And I'm just going to put a sort of shadow bit around here to really try to emphasize that edge being slightly higher. I'm not pressing too hard, don't want it to be really dark, and I can always add to it if I think it needs a bit more, which I do. I'm just going to add a bit more, but I'd rather start lightly and add gently than push down quite a lot of colour and then not be able to take it away. There we go. Okay, now we've got all our little rabbits. Now, as I said before, I would often do them all the same colour on a page like this. On a page in a Lulu book, if there's lots of rabbits, I might colour them the same to try and bring it together. But I don't think I'm going to do that on this one because I think it's going to make it look a little bit boring. So I'm going to do a few different colour rabbits just to make it a bit more fun. So let's start with a heather purple. I'm just randomly grabbing cute colours. So, oops, heather purple and this first one. Now, I think they might be fluffy, so I'm going to do sort of round and round colouring, and it might make them look a bit fluffy. I don't know if it will show up that much. But there's the first. I think I'm going to do each of them a different colour, just to make it look more interesting. You could do a couple of each colour, especially if you've only got a few pencils and if you don't have the 120 set. Goodness, it's a strange noise outside. Okay, then I'm going to do the lavender light next. Need sharpening. There it is. Oh, lavender light. I'll do the one at the back with this one. You don't need your pencil massively sharp for these, but it was very blunt. You can see I haven't sharpened it to a really fine point. There he is. I think the lavender light looks a bit pinkish. Now I think I'll do a blue for the next one. Oh, I've got an itchy head today. Sky blue. There we go. Sky blue. I'm going to do this one in the front. Now I want to try and make it look random without it being random. So, although I was thinking, oh, I'll do a pink one next, the lavender light looks quite pink, so it might look a bit like, I don't want all the back ones pink. We could go for a different colour outside of this cool palette and do like a green. I don't really want to, or a red, like I think I'll do the aubergine actually, because that, oops, doesn't want to come out the tray. Here it is. Aubergine. Oh, it needs sharpening. That's another one that hasn't been sharpened. So it is a sort of pinky shade, but not too much so. Now I think I'm going to do my next one blue, so that it's sort of next to a blue one, or else it's going to really look too contrived. A very different shade of blue. Let's have a look. That one, what was that one? That was the sky blue, but of course this background's blue as well. The cypress green might just work. I know I said I'd do a blue. It is really a blue, I think. I've got it in my blue section. You'll see what I mean when I put it down. There we go. I think it's, for me, that's definitely a blue, but even if it's a bit greeny, I think it's fine. And then this one at the back I'm going to do in a purpley shade. I think I will use my favourite, Purple Lake Deep. It's a very pretty, I think, purple. And then we'll do this one, quite a pale pink. I'm thinking the Bengal Rose Light. Struggling to find it. There it is. Oops, I went out of the lines there, but yeah, happens. There we go. Now if you wish to make them stand out a little more, you could colour over their little eyes and noses in white to give them white features rather than black. I'm not sure that's going to really work for me because I can't draw that finely, and also some of these might bleed and go pink, so it might look a little odd. But what I am going to do is use my Paynes grey. Remember we used the Paynes grey for the shadow. It doesn't want to show up around the edge of the box. I'm going to use it for some shadow around these. So firstly this one, just a little bit on this raised bit here, around here. I think I might just go around all of them at the top to start with. I'm not sure. My desk has made a scary creaking sound. I think one day I'm just going to be here and it'll collapse and everything will end up on the floor. But it shouldn't. It is a sturdy desk. But it is an IKEA desk, so I had to assemble it a long time ago. So in here I want some as well, but I don't think this Paynes grey is going to show up enough. So I'm actually going to grab the black to do a little bit of shadow between them. So I don't want it too dark though, so I'm going to try and press quite lightly to start with. And just get enough so that it shows a little bit. Lots on there as well, and there they are. There we go. There's all our eyelashes. Now I'm not going to do another, although this has been fairly short. Tomorrow's is a 2 slippers, so I think it might take a little bit longer, so I'm just going to leave that there. As I say, I just want these to be short, relaxing morning videos. So there's that one. So thank you for watching. Yeah, have a super day. Please like, comment, subscribe, all those things. And yeah, have a super day and happy colouring.